It breaks my heart knowing that this is the only healthy relationship in this show. Definitely experienced a lot of emotions watching the season 2 finale, but let's get into it. And spoilers if you aren't up to date. Aldous Seibel Strong become one of the best written characters in this season. I think the tragic part is Rhaenyra doesn't know how hard this man has been working to get Daemon on track while being respectful and making sure he doesn't get burned alive. This was the exact ghetto behavior that Jace and all the other members of the council was trying to warn Rhaenyra about. He's just taking people off the streets and making them high lords, and now she upset they don't got no table manners. I honestly think that these Targaryens are a little bit too lenient. The way that Ulf spoke to Jace, he should have at least put him in jail for a week, let him sleep it off. Instead, he's letting him eat at the table with that... It's too much. As endearing as this conversation was, I have to say, Baela does not understand what Jace is going through. We saw in real time Ulf try to say he was the same as him. At the same time, Baela is also correct. You gotta get over it and you have to take your place. It was overall just a very balanced conversation. Both of them are right and both of them are wrong. But in the end, Baela's advice is very sound and I hope he takes it. I was so glad to see Alan finally tell off Corlys because now that his whole family's gone, he wants to be Daddy of the Year. And not 2 minutes earlier, he was still denying that he was this man's father. Now you're trying to tell me what to do, how to act, what personality I should have? We all didn't grow up like you, Corlys, and actually, he made sure that he had a hard life. He even dropped some money off for them, but he knew who he was. That's very shady. The relief I felt when I realized that the Harrenhal saga was finally over. This entire arc should have been 3 episodes max. I guess this was a way to finally establish that Daemon is committed to Rhaenyra and show the way that he got her an army. It just took too long, and the fever dreams were annoying. I even showed this. I was initially confused and then impressed at them doing this dream sequence, reminding us of all of the shortcomings that happened in season 8. Just lost its impact to know things like Daenerys being the prince that was promised, and to see that like Daemon go 10 toes down because of the Night's King, knowing that none of that matters. Maybe they're gonna retcon the ending of Game of Thrones, like that would be pretty cool. If they announce it, I will change my score for this episode, I swear to God. But as of right now, this scene felt rude, like they were taunting of a show that they never gave us. Portland's face here was perfect because what do you mean you don't want to go to war? So you just put 2 bastards on dragons and the jig is out. I'm so furious that they made it seem like she was going to become this big war criminal ready for revenge. And even after all the lives gone, after losing some of her children and some of her best men, it's like, well, maybe they'll just be a little scared. They'll just go away. My guy, Aemon is burning cities. We at war already, boo-boo. My wife is dead. I'm not going to hold you. That traitor she slapped, I forgot his name, was kind of spinning with Daemon. He's right in this instant, like he's being a misogynist, but she is moving very soft, not understanding what's going on in this war. Aerys trying to connect with Aegon's disability because he's a little pigeon-toed. Insane. He's obviously working in his best interest. Sure that Aegon knows that. There's a new darkness to him that adds complexity to his character. It's very telling that the thing he missed most was his beef, but overall it's clear he has no choice and he's just going with whatever option works best. Not that he's being fooled with Larys. I feel like Larys thinks he's smarter than what he is. He doesn't realize that everyone can see right through him. A little lie about him not knowing about the dragons though, I'm sure is going to come back to him. Boy, Aemon was desperate. I get that she's nervous about these new dragons. Selena is clearly unwell. Why would you want her on a nuke? Regardless if she's family, what makes you think that she's gonna step up, not be a danger to you as well? I'm glad she stood her ground. Like they tried to make her seem like she's this like fluttery, soft butterfly, but she's very stern. That's what she means, and people just write her off because she's a little bit eccentric. I don't know what to say about Christian Cole except for why did he make it through the finale? Some solace in him knowing he's about to die. He's just been perpetually the worst with no redeeming qualities. They didn't even make him funny for Conti or any of those things. He's just been vindictive, and then when he's not, he's victimizing himself. Full season of Rhaena chasing this dragon not to get a first flight is insane. Especially since we just got one with Ulf last episode. It also made me really uncomfortable. The way they had her like trekking in the mud and dirt and like being alone. You're telling me Jane Arryn let this princess just did and didn't send anyone out for her. No one's looking for this woman. She's just walking around the Vale by herself. I don't mind combining her character with Nettles because I thought that was going to lead to a lot of character development this season. I thought there were going to be a lot of things to touch on between her and Damon. It ended up being another plot point that was stretched out way too long. No payoff in the end. Tweeted this like at the end of June about how easy it is to get into these castles. Seeing Alicent again in Rhaenyra's home was crazy. I'm so glad that Rhaenyra is just as tired as we are of Alicent, and I hope we don't see her again for a minute. I love Olivia Cooke. I thought she did an excellent job as a character. They just don't know what to do with her anymore. And I think my main issue is she keeps on straddling the line. Like, I feel like the only way that they think we can connect with her is if she's good in some way, when in reality we would have been fine with her just being a villain. But her just saying like, I'm gonna run away now that I've started this war is so annoying. Aaron was just talking about avoiding war. Why would she send her away instead of taking her hostage? Queen is in your house. This is what he meant about her being too soft. This outfit eats though. They've been killing it with Alicent this entire season. This episode would have worked better as a premiere for season 3. It's sad we have to wait 2 years, especially since something about this season feels so unfinished. I'm not gonna lie, the dialogue was good, the acting was great, and the cinematography is incredible. I just feel like they took our critiques of last season being too fast to heart, and now they've overcorrected. That being said, I still enjoyed the conversation. There were still incredible moments. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this episode 3 out of 5 Frankie Flames. Now I'll go ahead and give the season 3 out of 5 Frankie Flames as well.